Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And when I die, I will become a Facebook chatbot.
No.
That's what's going to happen to me. We all might become Facebook chatbots because apparently Meta has secured a patent for an AI that can keep your account active after your death by posting, messaging, and video calling.
That's creepy.
Can you imagine getting a video call of FaceTime from grandma like 10 years after she's died?
I mean, some people might find that reassuring. A lot of people are going to find it creepy. But what gets me is this is just a way, in my opinion, for them to say, look at all these active accounts we have. People die so that we keep the accounts active. Or they could use it to like eat up advertiser money. If you're advertising to be shown to different accounts, and then we have like fake AI accounts, you can just dump them all there with people that are dead. And then say, oh, look, we served your ads. Unless you're one of the big companies that pay a lot, then they'll be the ones that get through to everybody.
I'm in heaven now. Hi, Timmy. So that's the thing, right? Facebook has gotten busted on multiple occasions for having a lot of dead accounts. So I mean, this literally is the dead internet theory. Like now it's not just bots, but we're talking literal dead people posting on Facebook.
It's the scrolling dead.
The scrolling dead.
It's zombie. It's they zombified it.
So let's talk about this. This is the next step. Damn, man. Technology, I got to tell you. Before you get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Wow. So let's see here. Facebook can now animate your profile picture. So this was like a week ago. And then not long after that, it came out that Facebook is patenting an AI that takes over your account when you die and keeps posting forever. So that's something they're patenting. They haven't rolled it out yet, but that is the next step. And the weird thing is somebody actually called out on 4chan that this was called Project Lazarus. And this was like 2 years ago that they started working on this.
They actually called it Lazarus. Oh my God.
Lazarus. Yeah. So this is coming from, again, 4chan. It said, I'm a Meta insider working on Project Lazarus. We're building an AI that can take over a deceased person's social media account and continue making relevant posts as if that person is still alive. This includes age progressed photos, interacting.
What if they're 300? What if they like died? Like, what if they're like, they were 110 when they died? They died 10 years ago. You're going to age progress them to 120?
Yeah. It's basically just dust in a chair. Hey, some people have lived. I think the oldest woman was what, like 114.
Damn.
So, I mean, you couldn't make her. She kind of looked like the dying Skeksis emperor, but it's like you can make it to 114. Sure. This includes age progressed photos, interacting with other people's content, and everything else needed. So that person continues on in the digital realm after physical death.
Okay, but wait a minute. So, like, technically, then, if you have we've had the pickled internet, and if you have people that are on one political side and they really want a bunch of people supporting them, to try to push their cause or whatever, couldn't they theoretically pay Facebook to make like your dead grandma say that, you should vote for, one side or the other, that's not what they believe, just because these are like dead puppet accounts that you can make them do anything.
Timmy, you don't want Nana to think you're a Nazi, do you? You better vote for the right person.
Well, like there's a new product out, like a new potato chip, for example, and they're going to use like oh, I tried that last week and it's so good. And then they're going to share it with everyone. Like if they're using people's accounts and they're posting, they can use their pictures, their posts, everything to use how they want. Who's to say advertisers can't buy that too?
Nana, you're dead. Well, they have Pringles in heaven. No, they don't, Nana. Okay, you're right. I'm in hell. They have Pringles in hell. Okay, eat fucking Pringles, Timmy.
But you know what I'm saying, though? Well, this is basically the way they can sell advertising. You're basically going to use, zombie accounts, dead people, that advertisers could theoretically, pay Facebook to help market products or push narratives or whatever.
Well, okay, so this is right up there with what was going on with Netflix. That Netflix house you would go into, and they were scanning your biometrics and stuff when you would go in, and they were basically able to recreate you digitally. But this has been going on forever. I remember all the controversy in the 80s. What was it? Coca-Cola was using celebrities, dead celebrities, to pimp their products. this is the next evolution of it. And you know what's going to happen? Some of these celebrities are absolutely positively going to sell their likenesses to.
Well, those celebrities agreed to it. Their families agreed to it, and they got paid. You're not getting paid. I don't think they're paying grandma for you to make a virtual puppet with an AI apparatus to tell everybody what you want it to say. Are you paying your family to use grandma's likeness?
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Let's just hope it stops at advertising and doesn't go any further than that. Speaking of,
they said we originally told this would be a service offered to people struggling with the loss of loved ones and people who have missing children.
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
I mean, I get it. Some people. Okay, to be fair, some people would want to be able to see these videos. They would want to feel like they're still there, and then and in some cases, yes, people probably would be, okay with it. But most people, I don't think, would be okay with it. I think it would be very jarring every time.
Yeah, here's a very sad story. Cover your ears, Geeky. It's very sad. You know the story already. I used to work in radio a long time ago. I used to work in radio, and we used to do a fundraiser. And what we were raising money for were these toys. Are called Spinoza bears. And the Spinoza bear was a teddy bear that had a recorder in it. And tragically, parents who had kids with terminal illnesses would give the bear to their kids. The kids would talk to the bear, and they would have a recording of, their kids. And that's heartbreaking. But it's even worse to have your deceased child or loved one come back as a zombie.
Yeah, no. See, the people they'll record or keep voice messages that were left for them, or answer machine messages or things like that, or like recordings like those things, or watch videos, so they can still hear that person or see that person in some way. And some people actually are fine with that, but I just think that this could go very badly very quickly.
Yeah, because when I died, we started this YouTube channel. And it went very badly, very quickly.
Yeah, that's right.
Now you know why you never see our faces. No, I'm kidding. So the AI is extremely capable of impersonating people. This is 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It doesn't take as much initial input as one might think to train the AI how a certain person interacts with the digital world. It's convincing. An entire island of people could go missing, and with little to no downtime, the AI could take... This is what's concerning. An entire island of people could go missing, and with little to no downtime, the AI could take over all of their social media, and the world wouldn't have a clue that life wasn't just continuing as usual.
Yeah, that's scary.
So it could be that, this person's dead. This person is mentally incapable of posting on social media. Hey, how's the leader of North Korea doing? Oh, look, he just posted on Facebook the other day. You know what I'm saying?
Or like, who's to say that if, we had interference with social media before where people are being, they're shadow banned and things like that. Who's to say that you don't get booted from your account, but your account's still being used to say things?
Yeah.
Whether or not you agree with it.
Yeah. So this is what's concerning. This was 3 years ago. This is literally 3 years ago. It's February 2023. So now what are they working on now that won't be rolled out until 2029? Things have taken a dark turn. It feels like they've forbidden communication between people working on different things. Something isn't right, and I don't know what I should do. I'm not going to post any personally identifiable information, but I will try to answer questions that won't expose my role within the project. And here we are.
Mm-hmm. So true.
It's true. So, Meta patented AI that takes over your account when you die, keeps posting forever from futurism. God, this is so sad.
I hope there's a way to opt out of this.
Yeah, but they'll make it so damn hard to do. And just because you opt out doesn't mean you actually opt out, as I've found out the hard way with trying to do anything with Windows. So they said to Meta, there's a morbid alternative, training an AI model on deceased users' posts, keeping post-mortem accounts active by uploading new content in their voice long after they passed. Business Insider reports Meta was granted in 2023. Meta was granted a patent in 2023 for the idea, outlining how a large language model can simulate a user's social media activity. So the guy was telling the truth, right? The language model may be used for simulating the user when the user is absent from the social networking system. For example, when the user takes a long break or if the user is deceased.
So wait, if you take a long break, they're basically saying they could generate stuff you said. If you haven't been active, say you decide not to use Facebook for whatever reason, you go on other social media. If your account's still there, they can I'm sure they have probably permissions, but they could just theoretically take over your account and make you say and do things and keep posting stuff and interacting with people. And even though you're not using Facebook, and then they can go to like advertisers and say, we have all these active users. Well, they're not telling them that like how many thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of accounts are people that are no longer active or dead.
Right. And it's like, yeah, if somebody starts acting weirdly on Facebook, you could be like, oh, it's an AI, or you could blame the AI. Cause I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing all these comic book creators just acting absolutely mental on Facebook. Like people that were totally normal a couple of years ago, now with Trump back, they're just acting like fools. And a lot of them, they're acting like fools over AI. So I could totally see, feel like, wouldn't that be?
Well, I mean, it's
kind of
concerning when
poetic?
I mean, there's reasons to be concerned.
But wouldn't it be like, oh yes, no, I'm fine with AI now. I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, you suddenly change. It's like, are they alive? Check on them.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wellness
It's
check.
like pod people. This is like pod people.
Yeah, it is. It's like digital pod people.
The conversation appears to have dramatically shifted over the last 3 years, especially now that AI slop has infiltrated and practically assumed control over platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Meta now says has given up on the concept. We have no plans to move forward, they say. But the technology exists. So this is the downside of, we talk a lot about AI and technology and social media and all that here. The downside of it is that you pretty much can fake anybody. You can world leaders, celebrities. You could convince somebody that, somebody's gone off the deep end when they really haven't. You could have somebody taken care of and then still convince the world that they're alive.
They're still alive. They said the impact to the users is much more severe and permanent if that user is deceased and can never return to social networking platforms, said the patent.
Yeah.
Digital clone of the deceased person would have been able to interact with people through likes and comments and even DMs. Oh my God. I would have a heart attack if I suddenly got a DM from somebody who I knew was no longer on Earth. I'd be like, oh my God.
Okay, so I got two things for you here. One, they're already doing this with Stan Lee, and it's morbid.
Yeah, the Stanley stuff is morbid.
The Stanley, they were doing it at Comic-Con. They had an AI Stanley, and they've been
But to
using
be
his
fair,
likeness.
though, Stanley always wanted himself like in all the movies and stuff. So I don't know if he personally would be against it. I think if he thought he could keep appearing at conventions and stuff long after the fact, I think he would have probably been okay with it, in my opinion, because he always wanted himself inserted in things. So, I don't know if he'd be against it personally. But I could be wrong.
The other thing is, this actually is a thing that I just watched an episode of the Y Files the other night, and this is a thing that actually happens where people do get phone calls and texts from loved ones who have just died, and sometimes they even know the person was dead, and they were getting a phone call, and they're just like, oh yeah, I'm just calling to say I love you and whatever, and then you find out the person died like 5 hours ago.
Yeah, it's weird.
So but then this would be kind of like, now you actually have your dead loved one trying to contact you from beyond, and you just blow them off because you think they're just AI slop. It's like, Grandma, I know that's not you. You're just slop. Go away.
Yeah, it's like
go away.
It's like,
no, it's me.
Now, they did say, they go back up for a second. They did say they distanced themselves from it. They said that the company has since distanced itself from the grisly idea. But then why'd you spend a lot of time and get a patent for it to begin with? The mere existence of the patent highlights how companies were, and in many ways still are, throwing everything at the wall to see how to use cases for LLM, and are willing to see how far they'll go. That's my point. You still did it. You still went as far as making a patent. You probably paid millions of dollars to develop this.
So just because Facebook doesn't pull the trigger doesn't mean somebody else won't. I mean,
It doesn't mean they won't down the road.
ByteDance, yeah, or it doesn't mean that they're not already doing it. Hey, you want a doppelganger? Sure, we'll give you a doppelganger.
It's too grisly now, but in like 10 years, people will be like okay with it. So we'll hold on to it.
So then, are we going to have a whole? Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're waiting for permission, I think, from the general public. But this technology already exists.
Actually, I think the reason they walked it back is because all the lawsuits about AI and people killing themselves and that. Because they were saying Zuckerberg suggested a few years ago, back in 2023, that lonely people can make friends with the bots instead of humans. And that's the problem I think we're having a lot with people being so distant and so far removed from reality right now, is because they grew up in a time where everything's online and you don't know how to interact with real people. But like they were talking about how that could be, used in that way. But since then, there's all these lawsuits about people that committed suicide because they were interacting with AIs and it upset them or told them to do things, messed with their head. So that's probably why they're walking it back. It's probably more to do about the lawsuits than anything.
Timmy, Nana wants you to sacrifice your kitty cat to the devil.
No, Nana wants you to die so you can come be with Nana.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I mean, to go see Nana because she's in hell because they have Pringles in hell, you have to sacrifice your cat. I don't know. Anyway.
I don't want to talk about that. That makes me mad. Stop.
This is just insane. This is just God. And the thing is this is what's going to happen in a few years. We're going to have like bots dating each other and all kinds of crazy shit. Like
probably like you don't even know what's real. I mean,
no.
If they have this patent, then they have the ability. Who's to say they couldn't just, okay, we're not going to use it for dead people. Who's to say they're going to generate, which I think they already are, a bunch of fake accounts and they're just interacting like a real person. You think you're talking to somebody and you make friends with somebody and it's an AI and they're not even real, but they're going to say we have all these active users and they're going to sell them because then they can sell them to advertisers. They can use the accounts that even the advertisers can buy use of the accounts to promote products or whatever. And you think it's because people are all about authenticity now. And you'll think it's authentic because it's coming from somebody you're a friend of. That's not real.
This is kind of goes along with it, though. So it turns out that constantly telling workers they're about to be replaced by AI has grim psychological effects. Well, now just take that, but everywhere. Like, you know what? We don't even need you, Timmy. We can just make a new Timmy.
You could die, and that's okay. It's barely an inconvenience because we'll just put an AI in place to pretend to be you and be our little puppet in your name and your likeness.
We'll just put an iPad at your place at the dinner table, and it can just FaceTime us and good dinner.
Tell
Mama.
us about your day.
Tell us about your day.
You know, honestly though, I some people I think would actually want that, and I think if being available for those who want to input their families, like this into it, and they want that, and they're paying for the service to do so, and you have permissions to do so, is okay for those people who want to do that. But everybody else, there's a lot of people who are not going to want that. And in that case, I think it's dangerous unless you had permissions that you allowed it, because otherwise it's creepy AF for a lot of people.
Yeah. So, brave new world. It really is. Are we going to wrap it up?
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.